Hello, my loves. Okay, so I'm going to read a section from the book How to Menopause by Tamsin Fadal. Just going to read this straight out and share some information with you. At the time, no one was talking about menopause, let alone perimenopause. Not friends, not the media, not influencers, not even my doctors. When I shared my symptoms with my primary care physician, he was happy to tell me it was anxiety and to slap a few pills in my hand. Unfortunately, no part of my story is unique. 29% of all women ages 18 to 64 report feeling dismissed by their doctors. Nearly half of women who seek medical care for what they believe to be hormone-related symptoms report having a negative experience. The women who were surveyed recounted their doctors telling them things like, "Welcome to your new normal," or that they were experiencing symptoms because I had a teenage kid and a career and not because of my hormones, even though I'm positive that's the reason. Or being told they're too young for menopause. I'm 45 and I keep getting told I am too young to go through this. Not being able to get the information you need about what your body is going through makes a challenging time even worse. And we are desperate for information because for too long, no one talked about the female body, its changes, rhythms, idiosyncrasies, and needs. According to their online digital archive, the word perimenopause didn't appear in the New York Times until 1997. I can't tell you how many women have asked me, why wasn't I told what was going to happen? I know for me, I always thought that losing my mother so early, she was 51 and I was 20, was part of the reason I knew so little about menopause. And again, my story is not unique. I hear every day from women that they have never discussed menopause with their mother. Many of us just have no idea what it is or what to expect. The drive to make menopause a more empowered situation than going through puberty and middle school sex ed class is what inspires me to post reels on TikTok or Instagram of my applying my estrogen patch or parading through the bedroom in my bathrobe explaining how hormones work. But offline, I still sometimes find it difficult to find someone to talk to. Some women will tell me they breezed right through menopause. More often than not, when I ask them a few questions, it comes out that they had tons of symptoms. They just didn't associate them with menopause or perimenopause. And a lot of times we have no idea that the symptoms we're experiencing could be tied to our shifting hormones. We try to rationalize or explain away our symptoms because we simply don't know any better. What I hear from women is that we all start to ask the same questions around this time. Why am I not sleeping so well? Maybe I drank coffee too late. Why am I feeling so anxious? Is it just work stress? I skipped my period for months, then all of a sudden I got one. What is going on? I also want to just share a list of potential symptoms. There are 34 symptoms of perimenopause, and I'll just run through the list and read it out to you. Mood changes, irritability, mood swings, and even depression can occur. Insomnia, difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, difficulty concentrating, brain fog, and memory lapses are common. Anxiety and panic attacks. Increased anxiety and panic attacks can be triggered by hormonal fluctuations. Decreased libido, reduced interest in sex due to hormonal changes. Hot flashes, sudden sensations of intense heat often accompanied by sweating. Night sweats, excessive sweating during sleep often related to hot flashes. Irregular periods, changes in the length and flow of menstrual cycles. Breast tenderness, soreness or pain in the breasts. Headaches, increased frequency or intensity of headaches. Weight gain, changes in metabolism and fat distribution can lead to weight gain. Bloating, increased stomach bloating and digestive issues. Joint pain, aches and pains in the joints often described as stiffness or soreness. Muscle tension, increased muscle tension and stiffness. Dizziness, feeling lightheaded or unbalanced. Changes in taste, alterations in taste perception. Burning mouth, a burning sensation in the mouth, often accompanied by other oral symptoms. Heart palpitations, feeling like your heart is racing or skipping beats. Body odor changes. Changes in body odor can occur. Hair loss, thinning hair on the head, and increased facial hair growth. Brittle nails. Nails may become more fragile and prone to breakage. Itchy skin. Dry and itchy skin can be a common symptom. Tingling extremities. Numbness or tingling in the hands and feet. Electric shock sensations. Brief, sudden shocks of electricity, often in the limbs. Vaginal dryness. Decreased lubrication in the vagina, causing discomfort during intercourse. Urinary urgency or frequency. Increased need to urinate and difficulty holding urine. Urinary incontinence, loss of bladder control, often triggered by coughing or sneezing. Painful intercourse due to vaginal dryness and thinning of tissues. Increased risk of UTIs. Lower estrogen levels can make the urinary tract more susceptible to infection. And some other symptoms include reduced fertility as ovulation becomes more erratic, fertility decreases, changes in sexual function, impacts on sexual desire, arousal, and orgasm, and increased PMS symptoms, exacerbation of premenstrual syndrome symptoms. It sounds dire. And I share this video, I know it's long, and I know that I'm getting emotional because I feel that we need to talk about this more. I'm 41, I'm about to be 42, and I've already had a few people tell me I'm too young to be experiencing these symptoms. But in the meantime, there are changes that are happening that I can't explain. And I want to just note the very first symptom of the list that I shared: mood changes. Irritability, mood swings, and even depression can occur. Depression is a real thing. This isn't a video on mental health or mental wellness or even depression, but I've been struggling for months, for an awful long time, with the meaning of life, with a reason for being alive, and it's been getting darker by the moment. And I can't talk about it with anybody because nobody wants to hear. Everybody wants to just pass on, and at the same time they tell me about all the ways the world is terrible. So I want to share this information out, and I'll endeavor to make more videos like this because I think it's important, and I think we need to have the conversation. And if even one person feels less alone as a result, then it's been a success. Please share this video.